Hey there, Sankum, everybody. Hope you guys are doing good. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about how to set up your own halal mortgage. And the reason why I'm doing this is because, and I think there's going to be a few more videos that are going to be coming up because the real estate market is showing signs of fluctuation. And I think there's an opportunity coming up. And how do you take advantage of an opportunity is by being ahead of the game. So without any further ado, let's get this video started. Hope you guys are enjoying the video. And as you guys are, hit that subscribe button. Let's make that Mashallah money together. Okay, what do I mean by how do you set up your own halal mortgage or halal loan or halal financing? Now, before I get to that, I want you to understand why I'm doing this. The previous video to this, I have talked about how the mortgage market, due to mortgages going high and the variable rates going high and the fixed interest rates going high, there is a potential crash which is going to long last till 2025 and potentially a little bit more to 2026, where I think that's when you need to start thinking about you need to start thinking about now how do you take advantage of that market. But by 2026 and 2026 ending or around that time, you'll have to do your own analysis a little bit more around that time, as to how I can get into the market, and you start planning for that now. So 2 years, 3 years, I'm going into that market, and I need to plan for that market. And how do I take advantage of that situation? Planning from now. So one for sure is start saving up as much money as you could. Start putting your money into investments that are potentially going to go up over the few years. So when the right time comes, you can sell at the peak of these current investments and then come out and go for something like your real estate or your own house, right? There's a lot of young guys out here who don't have the financial capabilities of doing that, or who don't have even the thought process that, hey man, I need to own a house or I'm gonna get a house. Look man, you're young, you need to grab some real estate regardless of which country you're in. You could be in Pakistan, India, Canada, America, Sri Lanka, Jamaica, Europe, Australia, wherever you are. You need to have a roof over your head. Not necessarily you have to always buy it. I'm just saying for the people who are ambitious and want to get that property, so start saving up now. That's your first pointer. Two, figure out which area you want to be part of. Okay, so if it's within Canada, look, you have to be honest with yourself. In 2 years, 3 years, no matter how much investments I do, no matter how much saving I do, how much down payment can I get? And always keep a 20 to 30% down payment. Look, the bigger down payment you do, the faster you can own that property, like this. Okay, so you have to go with the market and the mindset that, look, I'm gonna put down 30%, 20% down payment. Looking at what my situation is, I think over the next 3 years I can save upwards of $90,000, or investments and all my fundings and blah 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 will get me back $90,000 in cash. Then, okay, so I know that. So I know that about 30% is $90,000. We're looking at 270 to 300K give and take. Okay, we'll say 300K just to make our life easy. Where in Canada in 3 years, even if there's the biggest crash, could I get something that is worth 300K or below for something that I need for my family? Now you have to determine for yourself: is that 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom? Is that detached, apartment, condo, row, townhouse, semi-detached, blah blah blah? Figure that out. You figured it out that this is how much I need, and potentially this is a good market to go. Right now, let's just say for the speaking of this discussion, you think that it will crash to 300K in Guelph for a row townhouse, which is about 30 to 1400 square foot. Okay, right now it's going for about 600, 650 to 700K, give and take. You think 50% of the market will fall there, and you can go and you can take advantage of that market. You started saving up. Your planning is to get your 90K. Now, where do you get the rest of your 200K, your rest of your 210K? That is how you're gonna start formatting your halal mudaraba or musharaka plan. The first thing you have to understand is what is mudaraba, what is musharaka, what is ijara. If you don't know what they are, go watch my other videos on them and then come back to this video, or I might even link something up here, because it's very important you understand what the base of these mortgage words are. In essence, it's equity, pre-calculated profit, and rent to own. Pretty much. I'll just keep them in English, okay? Whichever one format you like the most, you start developing a template draft of this. You don't necessarily have to do this, they're all online anyways. So you can get a structured draft for all of these plans, and the legal contracts behind them from an Islamic perspective and maybe some country. Then you can go on ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to make a plan for you on specifics of that house or that area and blah blah blah. Once you get that paper, you'll know more or less what the structure looks like. But I highly recommend read into Mudarba, Musharaka, and Ijara and contact somebody who can help you develop this contract. Like get the raw format already from online, do some hard work, get ChatGPT to make it for you, then go and reach and contact somebody, one of the ulamas, and be like, hey, look, this is what the base template looks like. Do you think it looks good from the Sharia perspective? Does it look good from the operations behind? How is the money going to flow? How are the transactions going to flow? Blah, 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 blah. And if they say yes, you're good. Now you got the base understanding of what you want to do, where you want to do it, and how much it's going to cost you. Now the next goal is when the time gets close to, let's say, 2026, or when you want to start looking into those houses and start buying, there's two ways of going about this. Either you can find an investor and you can work with the investor, so you can get these investors, you can plan with them how they can be the equity holders or the financiers, and benefit from being those equity holders, and you can pay them back at that time. And I know people who have successfully done that. Now let's just say you're not comfortable with that. You approach all these house owners and you approach them at that time of where that throw is starting, where they're also a little sensitive, where they also want to get rid of these homes. And you can be like, look man, I will buy out this house, I promise you, and this is the loan contract that we have, that I will buy this out in 10 years. It is called this the equity loan. It's within ethical financing. You got to explain to them, and you don't know how many sellers will actually be interested in this. There's so many people who are trying to retire. They're trying to get rid of their homes, and they're trying to go out to vacation and stuff. They don't need the money right away. They're okay with having 10 years delay. And now you're gonna be like, Ahmed, this is a dream you're selling me. I can tell you people, I know them personally who have done this, and they tell me on the phone, look bro, we've done it. Because we didn't contact one house, we contacted 100 of them. And then whoever was willing to work with us, we pretty much went with it. Because for us, the biggest objective was making sure everything is halal, above trying to, just find a house that we personally like the most. It's like we find the house and then we make it ourselves, right? I remember I was on a call with one of the guys and he said, look, I got an investor to be my financier as a private guy. He was a good Muslim, and he also benefited. I also benefited, and within 7 years, I paid back his loan. And alhamdulillah, now I own my house, and we didn't even deal anything with riba. So it's simple as that. You can do this too, and this is the opportunity. I've been talking about the market being a bubble because of the UBS bubble index. Toronto is the biggest market. Especially, this is more of the video for people who are in the bubbles, right? Because that's where the biggest opportunity comes, especially when the market's gonna crash soon. Inshallah, the market crashes. Because it will be proof to exactly what I've been talking about for the last God knows how many years, to all the uncles that you guys don't understand. Do not talk to real estate agents because they're salespeople. They don't tell you the truth about what's happening to the market. They're not showing you the data. You have to look at the data. You can watch my previous video on this where I go over the charts and I show you that no, it's not always Toronto is gonna keep going up. And even recently the markets have shown to go down heavily, and they will continuously keep going down, especially after 2025, 2026. All the fixed mortgages come out and become variable. 60% of house mortgages are on this. So no matter how much people you bring into the country, Mr. Trudeau, it's not going to fix the problem because you're bringing in people who don't have the money to buy these homes anyways. No one's making $6,000 to $7,000 a month to pay these mortgages. So how on earth are you going to keep that afloat? The market is going to come to equilibrium. Boom, boom, boom. And that is basics of economics. The market will always come back to equilibrium because that's the nature of the markets. This is like, it's within the fitrah. It's within the fitrah of the markets to come back to equilibrium. So this was my video. I hope you guys liked it. Now, if you guys want me to do like a complete demo, sit with you, show you guys the contracts that I have, what do they look like, and honestly, building a very simple ijara contract, not too difficult. Mudaraba contract, not too difficult. Or let me rephrase it. Equity ownership contract, not too difficult. Pre-calculated capital and profit, not too difficult. Rent to own, not too difficult. You can write all these contracts yourself. You don't have to be a genius. You don't need to be a necessary ulama. You can get these contracts approved by the ulama, which I always recommend. Do not try to do this on your own. Get it approved by an ulama after you've written it. I hope you guys like this video. Comment, like, share, subscribe. And as always, take care of yourself. Assalamu alaikum.